More likely than not, you're watching this video because you currently hate your job, or you just think that your current income stream through by working a job or a business is just not enough, and you're looking to achieve more, and you chose trading as that vehicle to achieve this lifestyle that you want. I just thought I'd go over in this video the different circumstances to working which could possibly affect your trading, and what I believe personally to be the most optimal way to trade whilst working if you're someone of my background, of similar background. So you're working a 9 to 5 at the minute, and you're on a salary basis, so you work a set amount of hours per week on specific days, more likely than not Monday to Friday, which is when the markets operate on most asset classes. Now, there are different types of ways that people work their 9 to 5, whether it be solely from home, whether it be a hybrid sort of setting where you work from home and you have to go into the office a couple of days a week, or if you're fully in the office where you have to go to the office every single day. Well, I'll just say this straight up now. If you have to fully go into the office every single day of the week, then there's only you're limiting yourself to only a certain type of trading style, which is the higher time frame ones, so position trading and swing trading. If you're looking to be a scalper whilst going into the office every day, then forget about it, because it's not going to happen. You're not really going to get a chance to look at the time frames, look at the charts when you need on the lower time frames, and it's just going to be too distracting because you're in an environment surrounded by your employees or potentially your manager, which if you're caught looking at your charts at these times when you're working, then your boss isn't going to be happy now. So if you're working a hybrid or potentially a solely remote based working system, then these could potentially be better because you have it offers a bit more flexibility in terms of what you're doing, because you're not in a confined workspace where you have to be no distractions whatsoever. Now, the problem with solely working from home is that because you're working remotely, you have the flexibility to be able to look at things and do what you want, without anyone, watching you realistically. So you could be looking at the charts every single day, and you might be offered the option to be able to then do other styles of trading, like day trading or scalping. However, the problem with this is if you decide to be a scalper or a day trader, and you're going to be working with the lower time frames, you got to watch out that it might be too distracting for your work and for your trading, because if you're constantly looking at the charts, you're increasing your exposure, which means you're more likely to make a bad decision in your trading. And then also because of this, you're going to be distracting yourself from your work, which is going to make your work suffer. And again, your boss is not going to be happy with poor quality work. Working hybrid it could be a decent option, because on the days that you are at home working remotely, you can then be looking at the charts and taking trades then, and then on the days you have to go to work, you're not looking at charts at all. So it actually gives you the space to limit your chart exposure, and you'll mitigate the risk of taking bad trades. Again, though, with these sort of jobs where you're working on a salary based job, set amount of hours, Monday to Friday, it's still not very ideal. So what I personally do is I work part-time. Now, I currently work a 0-hour contract where I work set amount of days. So depending on what hours my boss gives me, I'll be able to work them. So at the moment, business is very slow at the minute because it's after the Christmas period, and sales volumes will be low. So they don't have that many hours to offer me. So what this means is that I get offered like very small amount of hours on certain amount of days. With my style of trading, because I'm a scalper, I look at the charts Monday to Friday. Depending on the news events and circumstances, I'll, in general, avoid Monday and Friday. But if it's things like non-farm payroll, or if there's like news events on certain days, like FOMC, then I'll avoid certain days and trade on Monday and Friday instead. In general, I'll try to trade at least 3 times a week. But if the setup's not there, then I'll just leave it. Now, because of my work, I currently work a part-time job, 0-hour contract, and the hours can vary. Some weeks, I'll work very small hours. So the minimum I'll do at the minute is Wednesday evenings, Thursday evenings, and all day on Sunday. Now, Sunday the market's not open, so it doesn't really matter, but Wednesday and Thursday evenings, because it's outside of my time window of trading, it actually works out quite nicely. But because it varies, because my work hours vary, I'll sometimes have to work mornings or afternoons. Now, this is obviously going to affect my trading because my trading hours are between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. New York time. What that means in local time in the UK, where I live currently, that is 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So sometimes I'll be given work shifts which start from the afternoon, whether it be 12, 1 or 2 o'clock, and then I'll have to work until the late evenings. So I won't be able to trade at all. So although there's benefits and drawbacks to this, it varies on your circumstances, on what your work position is, because if you're someone like me who works 0 hours and can choose when they want to work and when they don't want to work, it's quite good for your trading because you can basically ask for shifts that are around your operation of trading, your business hours. So a part-time job is honestly your best friend, especially if you're someone like me who's young. So I've just turned 22 at the time of making this video, and I currently don't have any major responsibilities like other than my car. I have car payments which I have to fulfill every year, and then I got some small bills as well on the side, which my job is able to suffice for that. However, if you're someone who's older, much older, you're probably a parent, you have a mortgage to pay, or rent, or other major bills, then I can understand why you need a full-time job, because you need to be able to pay these bills. But it just means that it's a sacrifice of limiting the opportunities that you have to trade during the day. Now, this all depends on what sort of trader you are and what asset class you want to trade. But for me, what I do is I trade the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100 indices. And like I said, my trading window is the New York Open Kill Zone, which is 8:30 to 11 New York Standard Time, which is around 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., which is the hours that I'll particularly look at. Now, depending on where you're in around the world, this could be early morning for you, or this could be late at night for you. Now, luckily, there's other kill zones during the day. There's the London Open Kill Zone, there's the New York Kill Zone, and then there's also the Asian session. If you're someone in America who or if you're someone in the UK, for example, like me, you could potentially trade the London Kill Zone depending on what your work hours are, and the Asian Kill Zone, because if you work a 9 to 5 over here in the UK, then you probably won't be able to look at the New York session. So it's all about just seeing where where your hours of operation are for trading, and just try and mold it around your work lifestyle or your working hours. So that's what I wanted to really talk about in this video. And oh yeah, one thing I wanted to add as well. Yeah, if you're someone like me who's got no responsibilities or no major responsibilities, then and you're on very low income, then you're probably pretty flexible with the session kill zones that you want to trade on. So yeah, honestly, a part-time job is your best friend. And from my own experience, I've been pushed by some people to go for a full-time job, because now that I've graduated from university at the time of recording this video, the next step in a graduate career would be to go for a full-time job, which means working Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Unfortunately, that's something that I don't want to do, and I want to pursue trading. So I'm currently quite blessed in the circumstances that I have with my part-time job, where I can work where my work hours are around my trading. So I prioritize my trading before I go to work. But like I said, those things can change, and it all depends on your company and what their guidelines are with how you work your hours. A 0-hour contract would be the best thing, honestly, if you're someone like me, because it's extremely flexible. The company that I work for, they offered it when I was studying in university. So at times when I was off university, during Christmas holidays, summer holidays, things like that, that's when I'd get the work hours. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video, and I think it's quite important, especially for if you're someone in a working class, because we all want to leave our jobs. It's not the best. We're going to be unsatisfied with our job, whether we like it or not, and the problem with that is the income is very capped. Your earning potential is very capped in a job, and if you're ambitious to earn more, and you decide to choose trading as that vehicle, then you just have to manage your time effectively and manage your exposure in front of the charts as well, to prevent yourself from losing trades, because the last thing you want is losing trades to affect your work or affect your day, really. So managing your time effectively is extremely key to being able to learn to trade or trading effectively. Just wanted to mention as well, again, yeah, I've got a Discord community in the description below, so please go ahead and join that if you want to talk to like-minded traders, whatever trading style or strategy you trade. Join us and speak to us about it, and then we could probably help you in your trading journey. I've also got my Instagram and Twitter in the descriptions below, which I want to try and expand my reach to different people who are on a similar trading journey to us, and also maybe attract people who are more experienced than me or more experienced than you, to try and cut down that learning curve. So yeah, thanks for watching.